Alright, today I'm reviewing the Philosophy Purity Made Simple Ultralight Moisturizer. And really quick, I just want to say I purchased all these products with my own money, so you know you can trust my opinion is what I honestly believe. And if you want to help support the channel, click on the Amazon link below before you make your purchase. So Philosophy has added to their Purity collection. They've got a cleanser, which a lot of people absolutely love. I'm not a huge fan of it. They've got a toner. They've got the Purity Pore Extractor Mask. And now they've got their Ultralight Moisturizer. And so I've had a chance to try it now. I've got a couple tubes of it. It's actually pretty affordable, which is one good thing I can say about it. So let me start on my Sarah scale, and I'll kind of let you guys know what I think of it. First of all, the packaging. I absolutely love the packaging this comes in. This is the smaller size, but the larger size, which is $25, comes in a bottle with a pump on it. I absolutely love it. The packaging is great. They've done a really good job with it. They tend to use a lot of jar packaging with some of their moisturizers and creams, but with this, they've done a great job with the packaging, and the tube, I can appreciate the full size with the pump is awesome. So definitely get a thumb up for that. Second criteria is denatured alcohol, and unfortunately, this does contain denatured alcohol. It's about halfway down the list of ingredients, so at least it's not right up at the top. But it does have a large quantity of it in this product, so it'd definitely be better off without it or at the very, very bottom of the list, which is probably what gives it its light texture, but definitely not a good ingredient that you want to be putting on your face, especially if you have dry or sensitive skin or even oily skin. So they get a thumb down for that. Fragrance is my third criteria, and this has actually, fragrance is pretty high up on the ingredient list itself. Let me look here. So the ingredient list starts down here and it continues here. So they've got actual fragrance in and of itself is right there. And then they also have, in addition to just the fragrance, they have linalool, geranol, citronellol, limonene, angelica, root oil, and bitter orange peel. So in total, they've got 7 different forms of fragrant oils and fragrance components. So quite a lot of fragrance in it, which is probably what gives it its light scent. I like the scent, but it's not good for your skin. So unfortunately, I had to give it a thumb down for fragrance. Number 4 is the manufacturing location. These are made in the US, so no issues there. Number 5 is ease of use, and it's very easy to use. You just smooth it on your face. It has a nice light texture. It says ultralight moisturizer, and it is very ultralight. So very easy to use. It absorbs quickly, probably because of some of that denatured alcohol, which kind of causes some of it to evaporate. But easy to use, so I gave it a thumb up there. Number 6 is antioxidants, and I did not give it a thumb up for antioxidants. There really aren't a ton of antioxidants included in this, especially not something you want that's on something that's going to be on your skin all day. It's got vitamin E, green tea, and vitamin C, but a lot of those are far down the list, and the fragrance and denatured alcohol come before the antioxidants, and there just isn't enough of them anyway. I think there's 3 or 4 of them, and not something that you would want, and certainly not something state-of-the-art. So I gave it a thumb down there. Number 7 is animal testing, and Philosophy is not cruelty-free, so I had to give a thumb down there as well. Number 8 is performance, and the initial application, you feel like your skin is hydrated, but that ends quite quickly after probably about 20 or so minutes. Once the denatured alcohol has a chance to evaporate, any of that feeling of hydration goes away quite quickly, and it just is not enough for most people, even with oily or especially dry or sensitive skin. So your skin definitely needs and wants more than this can offer. Number 9 is the price, and they've got a good price point. I think these little tubes are $7, and the full size is $25. So it's one of the more affordable moisturizers out there. So at least they've got that going for them. And then number 10 is the It Factor, and I did not give it a thumb up there either. For some reason, the Philosophy brand always just leaves me wanting more, expecting more. I don't know. It's just I've never been able to get excited about the brand. They've got a ton of products out there, and some of them good, a lot of them bad. I've got a few Philosophy products in my cabinet that I use on a regular basis, so I'll have to review a couple of those. But for the most part, they're just overloaded with fragrance, denatured alcohol, and some of the products poor packaging. So, yeah. So, anyway, those are kind of my thoughts on it. On my Sarah scale, out of 10, it got a 4, which I believe is a 1 thumb down. They've got the price and packaging going for them, and they do a ton of marketing on it. I just wish that they could improve their formulas a little bit. Even just taking out that denatured alcohol and the fragrance, even if it doesn't have a lot of other antioxidants or anything, it would be better. But they've just missed the mark on this one. So definitely check something else out if you're in the market for a light moisturizer. One I really like is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum. It has a texture similar to this, kind of a gel serum texture. Very light, absorbs quickly, but it's loaded with antioxidants and good things for your skin. So anyway, I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to check this out yet or not, and if so, what your thoughts were. If you agree, if you disagree, leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Feel free to subscribe if you're not already. I come with at least one new review every day. And check out nobsbeauty.net. Thank you so much, guys. Hi, this is Sarah from No BS Beauty, and I'm proud to offer you one of my first products, and it is a stainless steel makeup palette, and I've been using ones like these for quite a while, and it makes it a lot easier to mix kind of custom foundation shades, custom serums, custom lip colors. You need something like this in your makeup routine to make things a lot easier. And all the profits from it will go to help the channel, which I'm independent and I purchase all the products with my own money. So definitely all of the profits will go so I can continue to bring you good reviews. But, you know, things I like to use are retinol. Retinol is definitely a good thing to use. But sometimes some of them can be a little too strong. So sometimes I like to mix them with other serums. So I'll use this to kind of custom make my retinol at night. So it's a little bit less irritating when you mix it in with something else. Or another thing you can do is mix in a vitamin C. Some of these can be a little oily or greasy, so sometimes it's nice to be able to mix it in with another serum. So I like to use the Clinique one, and I'll mix this in just a little bit because otherwise sometimes it can be a little too oily. And I'll mix it in, and in the morning I'll apply it all over my face before sunscreen. And another good vitamin C serum I like is the Dermadoctor one, but sometimes using the dropper with that can be a little messy, so sometimes I just like to mix just a little bit in with another serum. I love the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Serum, definitely a holy grail of mine. And I like to mix that in with it as well. Or sometimes before I go to bed, if I've got something else going on the next day, I like to mix in a little bit of tanner, self-tanner, but sometimes if you use it alone, it can get a little too orange or a little too dark. So sometimes mixing that in with another serum makes it definitely a lot better and a lot more moisturizing for your skin as well. So definitely something you can use in your serums or your kind of custom make your own skincare routine by using that and mixing up all these products. So definitely something worth considering there. And I also like to use it to mix in some of my custom foundations. So let me show you that too. Another thing I've been using this palette for is mixing and kind of customizing my own foundation. You can almost create a specific color if you have certain foundations that don't mesh well with your skin tone or even your skin texture. You can almost create your own custom foundation. One foundation I love is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro. However, sometimes I can find it to be a little too drying and almost kind of giving you more of a matte finish. So sometimes I'll mix in a little bit of the Josie Mara and Argan Moonstone drops with it and then use it. And it kind of helps kind of lessen the color and kind of give it a little bit more of a glowy look. Another thing I like to use is mixing in sometimes with oil with a foundation, and sometimes that gives you more of a dewy look. So sometimes I'll mix that in with the Dr. Jart, and it helps give you a little bit more of a glow to it. So sometimes mix in just a little bit in. And you definitely want to be careful with what you're mixing, just to make sure that the ingredients are compatible, because certain types of foundations don't work well with certain types of other ingredients, but something to consider, definitely. But you can almost create your own custom look. I love this, but sometimes I feel like I need a little bit of a glow to it, so I'll mix in some of my NYX Born to Glow Illuminator with it. So you can definitely do that. Also, Cover FX makes a great, they're custom cover drops, but you can use these to alter the color of any foundation. So this is great to mix that with. Just give it a couple drops there. And then mix that in with another foundation to make it either lighter or darker. The Ordinary Serum Foundation is great, but I found it difficult to get the exact color. So sometimes mixing the other colors works well. Cover FX also has these new glitter drops, so sometimes it's nice to be able to use this to mix in with either a foundation or just to put it on this, and then you can use a brush to either dip it in and apply it as eyeshadow, or dip it in and apply it onto lips as kind of a lipstick cover. So there's definitely some great options, and definitely love some of Cover FX's custom enhancer drops, but you can use this to mix it in with almost any different type of foundation and add a little bit of color here and there. But definitely using this, and if you use a sponge or a beauty blender, you can get that damp and then just use this to dip it in and apply it. It makes it a heck of a lot easier than trying to do it in your hand, or I don't know where else you would even, maybe the lid of another product, but this definitely makes all of that a heck of a lot easier. So it's definitely something worth picking up. And all of the profits from the sales of this palette will go to support my independent reviews. I purchase all the products myself just so I can give you an honest opinion, as opposed to somebody that gets the products for free to review. I personally like to purchase them so I can give you my completely objective review without having to feel like I owe a company anything because they gave me something free. So all the profits will go to help support those reviews.